My Siop lesson is over, the title is What's in the Story, Beginning, Middle, and End. It's for 4th grade. The content standards, TEKS, are use the context of the sentence to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words or multiple meaning words. Also, make inferences about text and use textual evidence to support understanding. And summarize information in text, maintaining meaning and logical order. And then the language standards, the ELPS, is the learning strategies, is 1B, monitor oral and written language production and employ self-corrective techniques or other resources. The listening strategies is 2A, learn new language structures, expressions, and basic academic vocabulary heard during classroom instruction and interactions. And then the speaking strategies is 3E, share information and cooperative learning interactions. The PDLs is beginning, intermediate, and advanced. And key vocabulary is words such as beginning, middle, end, characters, topic, setting, conclusion, details, caterpillar, and story. Visuals, resources, and materials is the Very Hungry Caterpillar book by Eric Carle. Beginning, middle, end, printable film strip, crayons, markers, and scissors. Higher order thinking skills are to summarize, create, describe, discuss, illustrate, and explain. Okay, and then they're going to start off with connections to prior knowledge and building background. The students can have a prior knowledge of what beginning, middle, and end of a story is, and so they'll just build on that. And should have been taught, or you can teach them now what happens during each section, beginning, middle, and end, and strategies to help them know if it is beginning, middle, or end. And to build the background, the teacher will remind them what takes place and what to look for in each section. In the beginning of a story, we learn about the characters and setting, who is in the story, what they are doing, and where are they. So basically the character or topic, it doesn't have to be a character, and the setting. In the middle, the things happen in the middle of the story. Every story has different things that happen. The middle equals the meat, the juicy details, if you want to teach them like that. And what happens to the character, and we learn also that it can provide instruction. In the end is the conclusion. We learn how the story finishes and why things happen the way they did. And we learn what happened to the characters and if the goal was achieved or not. Our content objective is the student will listen to the story and summarize the events that take place in order by creating a film strip. The students must comprehend what has taken place in order to create the strip. The meaningful activity would be creating the film strip that summarizes the story, The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle, and the teacher will have read to them. They will have to think about the important events that took place and draw five important events in the correct order in the blocks provided. They will decorate the viewer with a setting from the book, the film strip, and then they will, on the back, they will mark beginning, middle, or end, depending on where the event took place in the story. And while they are doing this, to review and assess, the teacher will observe the students creating their film strips to see if they summarize the important events in the correct order. And this is the instructions. I chose The Very Hungry Caterpillar because it's an easy book for beginning students and intermediate as well as advanced. So, and then the activity is very fun. And this is the instructions. You can see that they are numbered. The text is big. They would give you pictures and visuals to help the beginners, and it really shows you what to do in each picture, just in case if the words here are a little too difficult. But the teacher will also go over the instructions as well. And then so they'll have what they will do is they're going to think about, they can think, pair, share with their group members, or if you want to put them in groups, or just think about them themselves, 5 events that happened in the story, and then they will draw them on each little block here. They will draw each event that they can remember from the story. And they will also, this is the viewer, they will also decorate the viewer for the setting that they can remember of the book. And after they decorate the viewer, this is mine, this is what mine looks like. Here's the viewer, this is my setting of the book, and then they will decorate the film strip. Here's my film strip. And then they will follow the instructions, and they'll place the viewer inside the film strip, and it becomes a movie. So each time they move it up, it's a different event that has taken place in the story. So that's just mine. Everyone's going to be different. And then they will write on the back if it is the beginning, middle, or end. Like I did here. You just write BMMEE. And this stands for beginning, middle, and end. That's where my events take place. The language standards in this activity are, our language objective is the student will listen to the story, The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. So they're just going to listen and understand the events that are taking place and the academic language being used by the teacher. They will also share their film strips by presenting them to the class. The meaningful activity, they'll listen to the teacher read the book and share the film strip with the class by orally discussing. They have to orally discuss the events he or she felt were important, what their pictures are, and why they chose to label the beginning, middle, or end. To review and assess, the teacher will observe the student's film strip for correct order and understanding of what was happening in the book. And the teacher will also listen to the presentations and gently correct the students' use of language and help them if needed. So each student will have to stand up and present their film strip, just like I did, and tell why they chose each event and why they drew the pictures for it. Like mine, here is where he's an egg, and I chose this because this was what the picture looked like in the book. And then here he is eating through a leaf, so this is still early stages. And then here he is eating a whole bunch. I just chose to draw all of the food because that was very important, because he got big. And then here he is in the cocoon and then turning at the end into a beautiful butterfly. And that's basically what the students would do, and then they would have to tell why they chose beginning, middle, or end.